Brownie.
It's a podcast bonus. It's time to get classy.
Titus O'Reily.
Hot.
He talks about football, mostly on Twitter.
280 characters.
And on this show as well.
Imagine if Brisbane beat you.
Of course, Melbourne's most famous fan, Titus O'Reilly.
Really?
Yeah.
I reckon, yeah.
Gee.
Who else they got?
Who else have they got?
Neil Mitchell?
Hamish?
Yeah, Hamish.
That's a big one.
He's probably more famous
That's a
than
big
me.
one.
Rob Sitch?
That's a big one.
Very true, Rob Sitch.
Very, very
Top five.
keen.
You're top five, man.
All of these guys
Top
clearly on
20.
the bones of their asses,
Russell.
by the way.
Russell
Howcroft?
Howcroft.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Just captains of industry.
Yeah, that's right.
Like you.
Are you confident?
Go D's.
Am I confident?
Yes.
I think we will beat Brisbane.
They're not
yeah.
gone yet. That's what it said on the back of the
Yeah,
A's.
exactly.
As
But-
in Max gone. They're not
Yeah,
gone.
I'm a bit upset we're even playing it, though, after the news of the Queen, because just before I came in here, I was on the phone to Ross Lyon, and he was actually sounded out about becoming the next king, but he said he just wasn't vibing with it.
Yeah, fair enough too.
Will there be any form of formal acknowledgement before the game?
I imagine there'll be, I reckon they'll do a minute
there will be.
silence or something.
Really?
I reckon they will, yeah.
The MCC.
Yeah, the MCC alone.
Definitely at a
They'll
Melbourne
definitely
game.
at a Melbourne game,
They
yeah.
would all be staunch.
Well, most of us knew her. But the Queen has been to the football.
Really?
Yeah, so in 1970, so they used to play the VFL was on, they only played on Saturdays, and on Sundays was the VFA, the sort of, which has now become the VFL. It was the second tier. So they had Sundays and it was legislation. It was the law. So the Queen was visiting, and the VFL had to get special permission for the Queen to come and present Richmond with its premiership flag. She unveiled it. And so she comes, and so it was at halftime, they extended halftime to 40 minutes, which is usually 20, they made all the Richmond players were being presented with the flag and got to meet her and Prince Charles. They said, well, you have to change out of your jumpers and get into your new jumpers and
Be
everything to be
about
fancy
this,
for it.
yeah.
And they were winning, and they were playing Fitzroy. And Fitzroy were bottom of the ladder. Richmond just won the premiership. And it was pretty equal at half time. Anyway, Richmond lose it in the second half after this 40-minute delay. And they said, because our mind just wasn't on the game. Fitzroy go on and win. And one Richmond player said, we never play well in front of the Queen.
Unbelievable.
So that's what she did.
Yeah,
she
because
came
Kevin
out.
Bartlett talks about that meeting the Queen. He must have been one of the players.
Yeah. It was like Royce Hart was there and John Norley, all
Your
those
body
guys.
would cool down. That wouldn't be good for you.
No, it wasn't good at all.
Wow.
Well, it was good for Fitzroy.
Yeah, Fitzroy loved it. So
Speaking of the Tigers, Dustin Martin back, confirmed.
yeah. Well, he was never going anywhere.
I agree.
They talked about this, but he had this huge contract.
Yeah.
No one else could afford him. He's
That's
like
it.
you, Chrissy.
You're a sweet kid,
No one
Titus.
else could afford him.
You're a
So
sweet
She hasn't been
kid.
tempted by the Gold Coast.
yeah, the Gold Coast keep offering you.
Weather's good. The weather's good.
Hot tomato, here you come.
You just need an expansion radio station to
Yes.
drive up. That was what happened. So they kept saying he's going to go to Sydney. Well, Sydney are looking at it going, he's on a huge contract and they have a salary cap. I mean, they're not the Melbourne Storm, they have to follow the salary cap. So so he couldn't go anywhere. So he's going to stay.
W. Carey. Did he? Am I right in
yes.
saying he's said it's disability discrimination? Has he come out and said that?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Well, that's what his lawyer's saying.
Wow.
And I'm sick of, can I just go on record saying I'm sick of people discriminating against disabled people who are carrying crushed up inflammatories. It's a very narrow group of people.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's getting worse.
Well, it's come out that in his book he wrote a thing of his natural thing is
Deny.
deny
Yeah.
whenever you caught with something, unless you're caught red-handed.
Yeah, that was the caveat.
He said deny thrice.
Deny. Even if you're caught. No, and he said even if you've done it.
Yeah, but I believe him on this
deny.
one because
Oh, do you?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've spoken to a lot of ex-AFL players in the last few days, and they tell me they've out of my survey of about 20 of them that I've spoken to, Guess how many take crushed up inflammatories and carry them
Yeah,
with
how
them?
many? I'm interested.
100%.
None. But still.
They've seen it. They've seen it. At parties.
What
What are you guys doing? We're doing some anti-inflams.
I didn't realise how many people, since I heard this news, that I know are often having back problems at parties.
Yes.
And
No,
also,
I agree.
Like
And also-
and some of them are really quite young,
And
you
they're
know.
getting treatment together.
Yeah,
but also they don't want to do it in front of everyone. They go to a toilet.
which
or a
I
bathroom.
think that's I respect that, but they often obviously you can tell one's having the real back problem because they need someone to go with them.
Yeah.
To take
I
them
mean,
in.
look, it does happen at the Logies. Everyone's in high heels and corsets and stuff.
Oh,
It
that's
really-
going to hurt your back.
It puts your back out, and I have been offered crushed up anti-inflammatories before, but I'm a 25 milligram Voltaren girl.
Yeah.
Normally
that's
they've only
right.
You said ding dong, thank you, but no,
said
I'll
thank
be
you, but
I'll be
no.
fine.
But
Thank you.
in all seriousness, like the crushed up bit's the funny bit. But in terms of injuries, and this takes us back to today. So tonight, Christian Petrarca is playing for Melbourne.
Oh, you had a bad injury.
He's got
A hairline
both.
fracture.
He's got a hairline fracture.
He shouldn't be playing.
It is. I think it's his tibia, or no, it's his fibula, which I believe is in the arm.
No, I thought it was in the hairline.
He's got a hairline fracture. I wish I had a hairline. So he's still going to play, even though.
Why?
Surely that'll make it worse.
Well,
It's
I've been told that it's not a load-bearing bone,
Okay.
Oh,
so it doesn't. So he should be okay.
shouldn't play.
But he's also got a corky in his calf. So those two things, I'd just be lying in bed for a few years.
I hope someone's
you know.
got a Ziploc bag for him.
Mate.
I really do.
Send Wayne down there.
it
Yeah.
locks in the
It
freshness.
sure does.
And they don't get along, these two teams. Remember last time Dane
the
Zorko
insult.
sledged? Yeah, these are like, they hate each other more than the cast of Don't Worry, Darling.
That doesn't seem possible.
No,
does it?
it's that bad.
What about the dramas around that?
Oh, man.
Harry
I
Styles-
shouldn't care that much about... I'll never watch this movie.
No. I know, but you don't have to because there's more drama out of it.
But Harry Styles is a genius. Like, that song Late Night Talking where he says, we've just been staying up all night talking about whatever you like.
Yeah.
That's every woman's dream.
Yes,
Forget the
it
sex
is.
appeal. It's like,
Yeah.
we can just start whatever you want to talk about.
Absolutely. Have you seen the new
He's a
Freedom?
clever devil.
Have you seen the new Freedom Furniture catalogue? Have you seen the Audi special buys this week?
Other
No,
game,
darling.
Collingwood, Freo, any words
Yeah,
on
so
that?
Fremantle, because we're in Victoria, Fremantle are a team, I want to say, from Western Australia.
Correct. I believe so, yes.
I think they're the second biggest AFL club over there.
Yeah.
So, no, they'll be good. I'm a bit worried about a Collingwood victory. Something, all those black and white flags out the side of cars after a victory reminds me too much of an ISIS convoy.
I heard an amazing new version.
No, I just want to apologise to
ISIS.
anyone from
ISIS,
ISIS
yeah.
listening out.
I mean,
You look at it, it looks exactly the same.
it really does.
Especially
It
when they're in
actually
a
really does.
with a machine gun on the back.
Just more threatening.
We've got to go, mate. Good luck to the D's tonight.
Go D's.
Sports Bazaar, listen to it wherever you get your podcasts. I can't talk. See you, mate.
Love you, mate.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie. Ripper Show will be back tomorrow. Chrissy, Sam and Brownie. Oh, unless it's a weekend.
Over 100.